The world we once knew has been lost to shadow. Was it thunder and fire and brimstone? Drowned in flood and rain? Was it tragic decadence? A great fall? Unspeakable corruption? Or did the awakening of magic destroy our world? No one knows for certain. Reach through the shadowy mists. Find a fragment of land infested with shadowy corruption, yet lit enough to find your way. Find a creature of light, a synth. They are friendly and willing to guide you. Perhaps the two of you can find other survivors. Perhaps this land can serve as a shelter. Perhaps together you can build a sort of haven. Forge friendships to save the world.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Unleashed Games weekly playtest. We are back. We missed last week because of the 4th of July holiday. We're taking a little time off. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on this playtest. We really love doing this every single week. So if you're a repeat viewer, hey, y'all. It's good to see you. We have our friends, Imaginary Heroes. Great to see you. Fern, Wishful Hobbyist, and Tozeb, as always, thank you so much for your support and your love, and I can't wait to get you guys in game. And then if you're new here, thank you for coming. I am Irina. I am the CEO of Unleashed Games, and we make games that bring people together. We are building core social games, family-friendly games to reach broad audiences, to help people with their mental health, to help people make friendships online, and create a virtual world where we can all collect, have fun, go on adventures, and do cool stuff. And we're here playtesting our first game, Haven, every single week. It is a prototype, a pre-alpha, one of these early baby games. It is not full release yet. We're intending to release it in 2026, and we are currently fundraising. We are venture backed. We were able to raise a pre-seed last year, but we need more money to build this game. If you don't know, World of Warcraft took over $100 million to make. Another game that I worked on called Kingdoms of Amalur we spent about $133 million to make the world, and the game never shipped. Games cost a lot of money, and we've only raised a little over $1 million so far, and we have actually built something that is even better in terms of gameplay than what we had on Amalur. We're really excited about the prototype that we've built, and not only have we built it, for Mac and PC, but we built it for phones, and it has controller support. We are building a cross-play, cross-platform MMO that plays like World of Warcraft, that's family-friendly in a fantasy universe where you get to go on adventures with your friends. But we need help, and we need your help. So if you have any friends in your network that are interested in investing in video game projects and video game studios, we'd love to meet them. Please have them reach out to me, or reach out to me yourself and we can talk. But also, one of the things that you can do if you don't have access to money or to introduce us to people with money, one of the things that helps us tremendously is to subscribe, and hit that notification bell on every single video that we post. When we have a live, share it with your friends. Let's get more and more people engaged and learning about Haven, because the more people that know, then it shows investors that the more people are interested. And we know that there are a ton of you that are dying for a game like this, because we made WoW and we're trying to make something that is better. I said that out loud, didn't I? I know WoW is pretty great, but we want to make something better. So please use your social media powers, your social network, to elevate things about Unleashed Games so that more people can find out about us, and they can share. Again, it's a whole thing. That's how you kind of get traction in this world these days, is through social media. So please help. Please help. We're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, all of those other channels. So we have a really, really special guest today. I am like losing my mind. And I've been waiting for this guest for weeks now, and so excited for today. But today, I just said today like 5 times, friends. This is how excited I am. Today, we have Dr. Rachel Kowert, the research director of Take This. And Take This, well, she'll explain what Take This is, but she's not only the research director there, she's also Psychgeist on YouTube. She's got a really amazing YouTube channel talking about the science of games and the mental health issues around games. But welcome, Rachel. I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. This is a long time coming, and I'm finally here.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, could you tell our friends more about Take This before we jump into playing Haven?
Before playing, sure. Take This is the oldest mental health nonprofit in the gaming space, and we advocate for game makers and game players. So for game makers, talk about things like overwork and burnout, and for game players, we provide a lot of mental health resources that are really catered to the gaming community. So it's a pretty cool gig, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. And the work that you're doing is so incredibly important, because there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding about the impact of games on people and mental health.
Yeah, isn't there? Yes, indeed. I mean, things like violence or addiction, or games make you antisocial, or everyone who plays games is lazy, or games are frivolous and unimportant. All of these things and more are things that I regularly kind of combat every day in my job at Take This, but also on YouTube.
Swinging a sword, trying to knock down all those misconceptions.
I am. That's what I do. Yeah.
You're a powerful warrior, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. I do my best. And see, but it's people like you who let me live out my dreams of being a powerful warrior, although I tend to be a magic user more than actually a sword swinger.
That's okay. We got you covered.
Okay.
Well, so, I know you also do a lot of really cool projects, and you're an award-winning author and a speaker. You so famous.
No, I do some things. And I like to soapbox a lot on stages about what games are and what they aren't, and talk again about like violence, addiction, antisocial. I do that in a lot of places, not just on the internet.
Well, you know what? You are everywhere advocating for gamers and doing such incredible and powerful work. And I kind of wanted to mention on the stream as well that Take This, not just, with Dr. Kowert, but also Yves Crevauchet, the executive director, and the amazing team over at Take This. They do a lot of important work to support gamers and the game industry, many times over, but they also are fundraising and are looking for corporate sponsors. It's a little bit different of a fundraising audience, but those of us who are watching that work at these big companies, they all need ways to funnel money to charities to help with tax deductions and things like that. And it would be really nice to be able to help this organization stay afloat so that they can continue to serve gamers many years over.
Yes. Nonprofit life, always fundraising. And if you are interested, we also like, share, subscribe. Those little things on social media make a big difference. But you can go to takethis.org, and there's a lot of information there and resources, free resources for anybody who's interested.
So that is fantastic. And thank you for sharing that. And it's one of the things that we bonded over, actually, was how we're using cognitive psychology and behavioral economics in Haven. What is it like?
Yes.
What have you noticed? Like, talk about what you see, Doctor.
Yes. When I first met Arena, we were talking about Haven, and she was saying how she wanted to use science to inform her game design. And I was like, that is my love language. Tell me more. And that was the start of our friendship. But yeah, I think that what Haven has already integrated, I got to play the demo at GDC this year, around the way that the groups are made, around even just like the way that you fight battles and the way that you're balanced, the way your classes are balanced. The idea of maybe having little villages or communities where people can come together. I mean, I've had a little behind the scenes action, so I don't know what I can say and what I can't, but
you can say anything. We're pretty open here.
I can say anything. Okay, great. I'm very excited about what is to come. I was a big World of Warcraft player for a very, very long time. And when you said you want to make WoW but better, like, here for it. Here for it.
Well, you know what? The world is ready, I think, for a new game. But like, there's something really magical about how WoW played. And one of the things that I love about it is that the format, and by format, I mean, you know, you have your character in that, you know, second person perspective over the shoulder, and you're running around in the world. It is so incredibly immersive. Like, you really feel like you're there when you're playing WoW, and you can become your character. And that was something that I wanted to recreate, because, you know, we have a lot of games where you pull out the third person omniscient and you like see the field. And then first person games are pretty, very, very immersive, but sometimes a little bit too much in terms of affecting things like motion sickness. Some people just can't handle it, similarly to how they can't handle VR. But in that second person view, like, there's something magic about it that is like a little, it's a happy place. But yeah, we really try to deep dive into cognitive psychology and to understand the mechanics. And one of my theories is that if things like relationship building are a math problem, I think John Gottman says that you need, you know, 6 positive interactions in order to counteract 1 negative, and that you need to hit a certain number of positive interactions to be able to go from like stranger to acquaintance to friends. Like, that's math.
Yeah.
We can gamify math. Any math can be gamified. So we're building that into Haven specifically because we want Haven to be a place where you can make friends. It's that simple.
And what's so cool about it is, like, well-designed games with this foundation of science. Like, the players aren't going to know what's making it so special necessarily. They're just going to know that it is special and different. And it's because of the science.
Well, exactly. And that's, as a UX designer, that's been one of the hardest things to quantify in game development, is that ineffable thing. Like, why is this game so good? And I can identify it, but then people who don't have that understanding of the psychology and the interplay and how the mechanics work together, they're just like, oh, it's just magically good. It's, you know, it's somehow it's pixie dust.
You know, if that's why people love Haven and it's pixie dust, that's fine. But you'll know.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
You'll know. Yeah.
But there's so many ways to be able to measure the quality of like the psychological impact of a video game. And that's one of the things that like I take into consideration, and why I think Haven is so important, because you've got, you know, so many games out there that are squad-based shooters that, you know, most people play. And I feel like when I play those, I'm constantly like almost like looking over my shoulder and like highly like anxious and worried about like the gunfire coming from different directions. Like, it's a high stress environment. But then in a game like Haven, you can kind of like sit back in your chair and play it. And it can keep your like cortisol levels lower. You can like think more strategically. Like, these are things that I want to see happen in games. And I think there's a lot of players that want a more chill action experience.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't play anything that requires quick response time. For me, it stresses me out. I like to also tell the joke, like when we play Grand Theft Auto in our house, we like that game in our house. If I have more than 2 stars, I'm done. Like, I don't want to run from the police. It's too anxiety inducing. But you give me a game like, you know, Haven, or a game like World of Warcraft, give me a 10-man raid with like a time crunch. Like, for some reason, for me, that's like my sweet spot, right?
just enough pressure
Just enough
to create the motivation, but not too much to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, let me off this ride. For sure. For sure.
Exactly.
So yeah, and I was actually just sharing with Rachel about how we have a new friend on our team who's helping us structure a test, a psychological test around whether or not Haven actually impacts empathy. So stay tuned for all of that. Rachel, I'm going to have your help with analyzing that.
Of course. But I love, absolutely. I love that idea though, and that you brought it up here, because when we talk about the science of games to help create games, yes, we're talking about creating a better gaming experience. Obviously, that's what game designers want to do. But in the case of Haven and the way that the science is being used here, it's also in an attempt to just like literally make the world a better place. We know that the engagement that we have in media, what we see and what we learn in these spaces impacts how we engage in other spaces. Like online and offline is a false dichotomy. It doesn't just live in the game and then it doesn't go anywhere else. Like if we are experiencing these positive social relationships, if we are fostering empathy, if we're building these kinds of skills and ideas in the game, that absolutely translates into other areas of our life.
You taught me this, actually. You taught me my favorite
real exciting
thing.
It's really
well.
Yeah.
So genius, Dr. Kowert taught me about the concept of the Proteus effect. Yes. Dr. Kowert, would you please explain the Proteus
effect? You want me to tell the audience?
Yes, you're the doctor.
I mean, again, it's this idea that what you see and what you engage in and what you witness in digital spaces then translates into the way that you see and you engage in other spaces. And there's been a lot of studies around the Proteus effect. Nick Yee was at Stanford, was one of the first people to talk about it. And one of like the classic examples was about being generous in a game. They set up an artificial experiment. I think it was World of Warcraft. It might have been EverQuest, about being generous to somebody else. And then they went off into the world and then they came back and assessed them later and found that they were also being more generous in other areas of their lives. And I think that that's really cool.
And now we're going to build a test to be able to quantify it.
Yeah.
And we're going to quantify it with our empathy test. And we've got participants already lined up, students from MIT, students from RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, New England Institute of Tech, and also Providence College. Like all of them are jumping on. And I might actually, my daughter's Girl Scout troop, we're going to get them at the beginning of the year into a group lab test to test a bunch of preteen girls.
It'll be interesting too with these differences in age groups. To see, and you know, a lot of games, like I usually talk in generalizations about games can foster empathy because of these experiences, but it's one thing to say that and it's another thing to actually demonstrate it. So I'm really excited to see what comes of it.
Yeah, we just need more companies and more game makers to be willing to test, because there's opportunities for research that we really haven't explored to their fullest extent. So this is why I love like knowing you, working with
nerding out.
Dude, nerding out. Legit.
Yeah.
Let's go. Speaking of nerding out.
Yeah.
Want to play a game?
Let's play.
All right. We're going to play Haven.
So many minutes. We get together and we just talk and
about good and important things and like doing good things for the world, my friend.
Good. Yeah, we're just trying to make the world a better place.
Right. All right. So
I'm in.
You are in.
Well, I mean, I'm making a character.
What's your character? What class are you going to play?
I'm going to do mage, female mage. Name already exists because I was in here already once.
Oh, no.
It's all right. I'm going to create a different name.
All right. What's your name? What's your name?
Jasi. Jesse. That was my World of Warcraft name. So there's an Easter egg for you.
Oh, spoiler.
Spoiler.
We'll reserve that one for you when we make our character creator.
Oh, amazing. When I was really into World of Warcraft for a long time, and I re-rolled Shaman when Alliance got Shaman, and this was her name. I rated with her.
All right. So there you go. Welcome to Haven.
We
you want to
are.
always buff yourself. So you got your action bar down at the bottom in the center. Those are all of your abilities, just like in WoW. You've got your chat on the left. You've got your menu bar on the right with like access to your inventory, your spells, and also building, which will become important later. So go ahead and find your way out of this.
Oh, See,
dark.
when I when I played it,
Oh,
in
did you
GDC
cheat? You just cheated your way out of there.
Is that a cheat?
Yeah, I think you went through the bushes.
Oh, am I not allowed to? Oh no. I'm sorry. Hacks.
Actually, there's an interesting question here from the chat.
Yep.
Doctor, do you have any theories as to why the discourse around gaming has become so aggressive in the last 3 to 5 years?
Oh, indeed I do. Indeed I do. I have some thoughts. I don't know if they're, accurate, but games reflect culture, and games also create their own culture, which makes them a really kind of unique place in the media ecosystem. But the rhetoric just in and around life has become more aggressive over the last couple years, and so it would make sense that that too would also reflect within gaming cultures, particularly as they tend to be dominated by the voices of the privileged. But I haven't done research on it. It's just my hypothesis, my working hypothesis.
A working hypothesis. Well, there's some interesting research to be done there, but you and I are no strangers to this negative discourse, aren't we?
Indeed, we've been witness. Teleport. Do I want to teleport to Adventureland?
I gotta find you.
It's because I jumped the fence. Oh, I see my mini map now. That's helpful. Okay, I see a green. Is that you? No, that's Jake. I found Jake.
Yeah. So also on our playtest are my kids, Katie and Jake, because they're on summer vacation. So how am I going to keep them busy with sending them to camp? They're going to play Haven with us on the stream.
I mean, that seems like a great way to spend the summer. I should get my kids on here.
Yeah. Can we? I totally
would. Totally.
I would love to get your kids playing with us. Jake is actually playing on his iPad right now too.
Is he? This is how I make sure my kids think I'm cool. Like, I know people who make games.
I don't think, even though my kids know that I've made this game and they play this game on stream, I don't think that they think I'm cool.
No.
I don't think I could ever be cool.
Last week I was at Games for Change, and it's in New York, and I also went to Sesame Street, and I thought for sure they're gonna think I'm the coolest. And my kids were like, "Why didn't you take me?" It's like, okay. Why can't we just sit in how cool this moment is for me? But sure, okay.
Nope. My kids are the same. I wish I could take them. Like, hey, we're going to San Francisco and for GDC, and they're like, "What? Can we go?" Like, well,
but tell me how cool it is that I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah.
We made a town.
We are in town. I'm trying to find you.
I'm right here. I'm with Ren and Heels McFrankie and Jake. Where are you? You're not at the party. We're all here.
There's a lot of houses. Oh, I hear everybody talking in chat.
I'm dancing. This is great.
Oh, you guys are near the mushrooms.
We're having a moment. Over here.
Oh, there's a party going on.
Is that you?
Yeah.
You a warrior? Hey. I love it. You know what? This does remind me of my WoW days when you would just get in a circle and do your dances.
Yeah. This is what it's all about. It was so funny. Early on, I was like, the number one thing we need is a wave emote. Like, I don't care about classes, abilities. We just need to be with each other. Hello.
Absolutely. Wave, cheer, dance. What else do you need in life? Besides snowmen. What? What?
Legit. Oh,
amazing.
So good.
So good.
So this zone was actually designed by our delightful producer turned a junior environment artist, Jason Hutchins. And he put all sorts of Easter eggs all over this place. So if you wander around, who knows what you're going to find.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Ren is like piling on the things. Here, let me.
Is it going to melt? Ren, I'm not sure you should put a fire that close to the snowman.
Clearly, we don't have our physics engine in yet.
That's okay. That's okay. It's like Olaf. Doesn't melt.
Oh, some people are worth melting for.
Aww.
Like you.
Aww. Don't call Disney at me.
All right. Well, should we do something? Poor melty snowman.
Well, I killed a branch of some kind. Can I go look
Good
at this
for you.
house?
Let's go check out the house.
Yeah. Who built it? Did you build it?
We can build another one.
Can we? I only have like one piece of bark. You have
Well,
the
you might
keys.
need more wood.
Need more wood.
Zug
Open
zug.
the door.
Job's done. Quit poking me.
Bringing back all the memories.
Actually had Bill Roper on a stream, and he was the original voice for all of those. All of those
wow.
voices. And
awesome.
that was I worked at the same damn company with that guy, and I just fangirled the hell out. He's building a really cool game too.
I destroyed your treasure chest. It was an accident. I'm sorry.
Wait, what? Is there anything in there? Did you find treasure?
Yes, I did, but I destroyed the chest. I feel like that's not what I was supposed to do.
It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you a little bit.
It was an accident. It wasn't nefarious. It wasn't on purpose. There we go. I'll make up for it by painting the interior of the house.
There you go.
Yay! Look at that! Woo!
We built a house. What? We built a house.
The satisfaction of working together for a shared collective goal, Arena.
I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody ripped the door off, though.
What?
Woo! I'll take it over here. Oh, how far can I take the door? I'm gonna just put it over here.
Are we breaking the game?
There we go. It's like Monsters Inc. Maybe that'll take us to
oh, that's so cute.
The power plant. Deep cut.
Oh.
Magic door.
Awesome.
Well, now we built a house. So I don't know if you remember from when you played our demo, you need to get a house buff from this house so that you can run faster and regen health faster and mana.
What?
Too. So that's actually one of the ways that we're creating, like, this is one of our tricks. And I'm going to give all of our tricks straight up. When you build a house, you can customize it yourself, and it'll allow you to, if you're a mage, you'll turn your house eventually through progression into a mage tower, and that you might have specific buffs related to that house. So, but you would design it. But that way, if you're ever offline and somebody needs your buff, they can just go hang out at your house and get it when you're offline.
Cool. That's cool.
That's one of the ways that we think about how to make the game collaborative, even if you're asynchronous.
Right.
And the village allows for that. And also we get to build a really cool village together. And, there'll be cumulative buffs and bonuses from having a more powerful village. And then that way, like, Katie and Jake, when they play a lot more games than I have time to, because I'm usually like making them dinner, doing laundry, or working. But so I don't have a lot of time to log in, but they might have a lot more time. So they can do stuff around the village that then benefits me in the long run. And then I still get and I can still play with them and be at the same level as them, even if I don't play as often. These are important things to think about, because if you're going to make a game for parents and kids, you got to accommodate for everybody's playtime, right?
You do. And my playtime is low.
What are you playing these days, by the way?
Oh, gosh. Mario Kart and Minecraft and Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver a little bit.
I played that on a plane. That was surprisingly good.
It's real chill. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need like some real chill things right now. But yeah, not too many.
Except for when the sharks come. The shark keeps eating me.
Yeah, I understand.
All right. So now everybody has a buff. It's by default in position number 6. So you can cast a spell on all of your friends and give them more power. I think your buff does something cool. What does your buff do? If you mouse over the... Go ahead.
Number 6?
Yeah. What does it do?
Increases damage and healing. Lasts for 15 minutes. It's a good buff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can increase damage. I, with my buff, have the ability to increase the target's max health by 100%.
Whoa. OP.
OP. We're passing around some buffs. Are we totally loaded up? Oh, my buff is going to expire. Let me fix that. All right, we're super strong. Do we want to go out adventure, or do we want to just try to take the boss?
Oh, let's take the boss.
Let's go shortcut to the boss because we don't have a lot of time to play.
Is it through the bushes?
It's back here near the snowman. This is our little cheat hacks.
Okay.
This is
I'm gonna stand behind you.
Yeah, I am the warrior after all.
Yeah, that's my strategy is stand behind the warrior. I'm the mage. I shouldn't be in the front.
But the mage is actually a great puller.
What am I doing? Am I supposed to
double click on the
teleport?
tree and then you can teleport.
Okay. I wasn't sure, and then you all disappeared.
Poof. Sorry.
There we are. Okay.
Where you at? There she is.
I'm here.
Hello.
I'm here.
You man.
Oh man, is it? What is that? Scary.
That, my friends, is Cobblemut.
Oh my god.
All right, first, before we dive in, strategically.
Well, someone's already there.
Oh God.
Strategy out the window.
Oh, Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. We're reliving our glory days, Arena.
Oh goodness. These are the way we wipe.
Oh, he's stunnable. Excellent.
Stun the crap out of him and give him some tickles in his ankles.
I'm doing it.
This is how we do it.
It's got a cooldown though.
As one does. You got to cool down.
You know, well designed, I would say. This is well designed mechanics here.
Well, they were designed by the systems designer of World of Warcraft for 13 years.
No wonder they sound familiar.
You know what? It works. It works really well. We like it. And you know what? WoW copied EverQuest and then made it better. So we're just trying to build the next best thing. A World of Warcraft for a new generation.
Well, I mean, when I was playing when I was in college, a lot of parents were playing with their kids. So, I mean, I love the idea of there being a new space where I can play with my kids.
Exactly. Exactly. And a game that's like, you know, made for busy moms to come in and play.
Yeah.
Because
I like to play too.
Exactly. And I always say that I hear from my lovely Jake. Jake says, Mama, I want to play a game with you. And me too, but there's like no games that feel like this that I can play with him. This is what I want to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he trying to run away? Sir, I think not.
Yeah.
Woo!
Victory. We did it. We did it. Oh, aggro. Wait. Hold on.
What's hitting you?
Something. This wolf. This pesky wolf. I mean, I feel bad beating up on these wolves, I'll be honest.
Well, he was beating up on you first. So.
That's fair. He started it. Well, we defeated Cobblemut, the demigod of shadow.
Amazing. Good job, team.
I'm going to repeat that in chat. Good job, team. So that's another thing that helps with communities online that really lacks in a lot of games. And that's a really good chat box. Being able to communicate.
Yeah. It's important.
And one of the things
that on voice chat.
Well, everybody's gone to voice chat, but like I'm not sure if voice chat makes the best communities. You know what I mean?
Oh no, there's a lot of importance to be placed on the text-based chat for sure.
One of the things that we were thinking about doing in order to make our like community a little safer is what if our text-based chat. Uh-oh, can we pull this thing? I can't get up here. There we go. Making our voice chat just be a speech to text, so that if you speak into the game, it just goes to the text, so you have to read it back.
Interesting. See, that's the kind of thing you want to do in a lab. See how that works.
And see how that affects the community and how people interact.
Interesting. This is what I like so much about the stuff that you guys are doing with this space, is that you guys are experimenting with things that I don't hear anybody else like thinking about or experimenting with, or, you know, drawing from the research and saying, how does that translate into practice? How does that translate into design in order to foster a better community? And so that's really exciting.
Yes. You know, something else that we just signed a deal this week with a really cool company called Cephable, and we're going to announce it. I'm just talking about there. I just announced it on our stream. It's not an official announcement. It's like down low, a secret for all of us. But Cephable is actually a tool that allows people with disabilities to play.
Oh, wow.
And play a game like this, so that they can control their character with their head or with, you know, eyebrow movement without like needing to use a keyboard. But that's something that is really important to us, is how do we make this game the most inclusive possible? One, you create a great and positive and supportive community. And two, like, you open it up for more people to be able to join. And games are such a great place for people with disabilities to participate in a way that's like equitable with people who are more able.
Yeah. That's so cool. See, you guys doing the cool stuff.
I want to do the right things.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I think we've cleared our challenges. Should we go back and figure out crafting?
Where do I go?
Let's back to our town.
Just gonna follow the herd. Are we going to this obelisk?
Yeah, what we call a beacon.
The beacon, sorry. There we go.
We had this time when I just kept calling it the bacon. And we did like a little piece of concept art of like this giant stick of bacon that was glowing.
I love that.
It's the town bacon.
Oh my gosh, there's pieces of the house floating. I feel like I'm in the upside down.
Maybe a little. We have work to do on our building systems, to be honest.
Oh no, I mean, I like it.
It's a start. Oh, somebody went ham over, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Hey, roof. Well, if we're going to craft, we're going to need something to craft with.
Hey, we've got a question.
Build an arcane mill. No.
We have a question in the chat, I heard.
Yeah,
so we have a question from chat.
Which of your mage abilities are the most satisfying to use?
Oh man, the stun.
Which of your mage abilities are the most satisfying?
I would say the stun, because it makes me feel powerful. Actually, take it back. The dance. After the dance, the stun.
Well, your dance is stunning.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Right, so I couldn't build an arcane mill. You may need to. So go to that little hammer icon, that MC hammer icon.
Yeah. What do you want me to build?
Let's build an arcane mill.
Oh, there's one. Somebody.
Oh,
is that what that is?
Thanks, Katie. It's my daughter throwing down the arcane mill, but I only have wood. Oh, there we go. Yay. Building.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have we're so fast with so many people.
Blacksmith has a quest.
He's so cute. It's actually one of our original character models. He doesn't even have like the current shader on him, but we like, I'm so in love with the concept art made by our concept artist, whose name I keep quiet for sake of protecting her, from the large company she works at. But she designed all of our characters and our forester, and also did our logo, which is absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait to have enough money to be able to hire her on full time. But I want to make sure I have job security for her.
Well, yeah. Job security has not been great in the gaming industry for the last couple of years.
No, it hasn't. Like, how do we fix this?
I don't know. I wish I did know, but I don't know.
We're actually thinking about pivoting our pitch a little bit, in fact.
Yeah.
Because I've through this journey, I've met so many incredible founders that are building amazing games, and none of them are getting funding. So I'm just like, well, can I then fundraise as publisher?
Oh, interesting. Maybe.
And just fund these games? Because I'm like, these are all like craftspeople, like people who have made some of the biggest games. Like this one particular founder, Heather Serlin, I met her at DICE this year, and she is just phenomenal. The game that she is making, I cannot wait. They're announcing soon. But the game that they are making, Katie will love this game. LOV, all caps. And she's not getting traction. But nobody who's making a game is getting traction. But that's why we're actually we're bringing we're actually using this playtest to sometimes bring on founders to them show off their trailers or talk about the work. But there are other games that are just absolutely incredible that aren't getting awareness, even from some of the biggest names in the industry, like Bill Roper, Rafe Koster, like all of these folks are still looking, and they have incredible products. I think Play World just announced their sci-fi MMO that they're building. Oh, we're trading. But yeah, I'm really sad for 2026 and 2027.
Yeah. Well, I've been seeing too a lot of chatter because a lot of studios have been shut down, a lot of games have been stopped mid-production, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know if you're thinking this through." What games are going to be released 2 years from now?
Yeah, right.
Canceled. Yeah.
So, we're bootstrapping as much as we can. But one of the things that Heather did do on her new website, I was giving her some feedback, is that she put a donate button down at the bottom of her website. And, that's a great way to help, to participate and help out game developers. One of the ways folks can help us, actually, is if you want to donate and contribute in some way, we have an online store where you can buy a t-shirt. All the t-shirts are $50. It's expensive, granted, but that, the margin that we get goes directly to the game developers and directly to all of us to kind of keep things going while we seek funding. So it is a huge help if you all buy a t-shirt, and you get an awesome dragon t-shirt to go, I
was going to say, and you also get the t-shirt, which is awesome.
You need to get a t-shirt. Dr. Rachel Kowert needs a t-shirt.
I do. I'm going to get one.
I wish I could just get you one. You're so awesome.
No, I'll order one.
Zachary Finney says, it's awesome that you are making a family game. Thank you. That is like one of the most important things that, or one of the things that we think is the most important, is that there's no game that is older than like Roblox and Fortnite, but younger than like Diablo and Elden Ring. Like there's a gap there.
But there's also too, like, I think about my kids, like I cannot play Diablo or Elden Ring with my kids.
Nope.
They play Minecraft, and that's fine. But like, I'm a narrative kind of gal, and like, it's not really my cup of tea.
You want a story. You want a world.
I want a story. I want to be a hero. You know.
You do, and that's kind of our game in a nutshell. Is like you get to build your hero. Another question: any thoughts about Patreon? Any way that could help you? Not deep pockets, but they donate a small. Oh, Tozeb, I don't know if you see his icon right there. That is a memorial from Kingdoms of Amalur. Like that is legit. Is from Amalur. And Tozeb, I found on Twitter, he puts all the time different bits of lore about Amalur and the game from 38 Studios. And like, oh, he's an amazing human. And thank you, like, Tozeb, it's so great to you. I'm so glad we met. So awesome. Well, I think we just we pulled on the game. But what did you think, Rachel?
So fun, so cool. I killed the big baddie. I cheated by jumping over the fence. I think it's awesome. I love this little village situation happening. I got to see a lot more than I saw back in March, which is great.
That's awesome. So there was deeper gameplay than you expected.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I hope Haven can add pits that light up as you approach, similar to Amalur. Oh, did that? What is going on?
What's up with these roofs?
I think this is brilliant.
I think it looks really cool. When it rains, the blacksmith will be dry.
Yeah, thanks for sheltering the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And yes, wishful hobbyist, that would be really cool to have like cool VFX and like the world that just like lights as you walk through it. So that kind of stuff is high value for us. Yeah, this is some serious UGC. User generated content.
Indeed.
That's what UGC means.
We made the world our own, which is what you're going for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like, I see this and there's so much potential in what it is we want to build for the building system. I don't know if you all have seen this incredible game on Steam called Tiny Glade. If you haven't heard of it, oh gosh. Tiny Glade, legit. Sorry, I just did crazy eyes. Tiny Glade is so good. It is the cute, coziest little castle builder. And the way it's an indie dev, you should go out and download the demo, but also pre-order the game. This indie dev has built one of the most incredible building systems, and it's so inspiring. Like, I want that in our game. That something like that is perfect. But that's what's great about indie game development is that they like indie games solve a lot of the problems and actually come up with a lot of the new innovations in games that then the bigger games incorporate.
Totally.
So is the source of
funding.
Great ideas.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I know. I'm so cute.
Frank says, my wife is demanding that gnomes be added to our game.
You know, I'm gonna second that request.
Are you into gnomes?
Gnomes and elves. I like elves.
Nope.
Elves are my
Gnomes and elves, yes. Well, thank you so much. We'll make sure to get gnomes and elves on our backlog for our next player races.
Yes.
We do plan to have multiple races. We're just starting off though with humans because that keeps our budgets low for now, right?
Oh, I understand. I understand. Yes.
But they're coming. They're coming. Thank you so much for joining us and playing our little demo.
Thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
We love playing games with Dr. Rachel Kowert.
Yeah.
And if you want to find out more about Take This, go to takethis.org on the web. And if you want to buy a t-shirt from Unleashed Games, go to unleashedgames.com. So It was really wonderful having you, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend.
Thank you.
Bye,
You too,
everybody.
friend.
Hit that button and buy a t-shirt with a dragon on it, and that will help us keep making some awesome games. Looks like this. I've already seen a Unleashed t-shirt out in the wild that I wasn't wearing, and I'm super excited about seeing more of them. So, yeah, buy a t-shirt.